guys. So I can't wait for Patsy to show us how to do a morning makeup routine. Now, when we get up, when we're in a rush to go to work, hardly any of us have got much time to put a lot of makeup on ourselves, and most of us now are preferring the more natural look as well. So I wonder if you can take us through a little routine, something that you'd apply to me that can be recreated. The idea is for you guys to recreate all of this at home with the same products or alternatives of these, and to have something that you can wear from morning all the way up through until later, something that stays on, doesn't move, and makes you feel confident and great.
First thing I talk about is a good concealer.
Okay.
Because most women don't want to put a load of foundation in the morning.
Yeah.
Even though foundations have changed so much, they're so much nicer and creamier now, and they sit better on the skin compared to 15 years ago. It's just science has moved on so much.
Yeah.
So, and also we have BB creams now and CC creams.
I know.
So, you know, there's so many routes you can go. But I always think a really good concealer is a good way to start.
Yeah.
Also, another product that's quite good is the Hourglass Vanish Stick.
I have that actually.
Oh.
Yeah,
so
I do.
It can be a foundation. It's a bit like the Bobbi Brown foundation sticks, but you can use a little bit where you want it as a concealer.
Yeah, great.
So that's a good investment.
You can target that.
Also, a good concealer. So I love the Farewell Delilah concealer.
And this is the one I use as well. Oh my God, we're using the same products.
Like, she knows what she's doing.
We didn't set this up. I literally have these products.
And I would say that you are a honey, yes.
Yeah. That's the one I'm using, so that's good.
Yeah, that is honey.
And I love this actually, because one of the things I find with concealers is that they can really get into those creases and then emphasize them, and you just look so much older when it sort of sets and it's got that cakey finish.
So it's finding the one that works
exactly.
for you.
And it's different for everyone, but this one genuinely works for me.
It's a really good concealer.
It is.
So as for most women, first thing in the morning, you want to sort of deal with the areas that are red or just a different tonal difference. I'm just placing the Delilah concealer around the chin area, around the nose. Now you can do this quite quickly with your finger. You just dab in and press, and a good concealer should sink in quite quickly. But the brush for me just helps, even out everything perfectly. So if you invested in a foundation stick, you can just use small amounts of it as a concealer, like we're doing just here. If you've got a bit of blemish or pigmentation, you can get rid of that much easier with a foundation stick, because it will have a higher pigmentation. But blending is the key. If your skin's been well hydrated, the product should just go in nicely.
Just stay on.
When it comes to under your eyes, you need to be using a lighter concealer than your concealer you might want to get rid of red blemishes with, depending on whether you suffer from having darkness under the eyes. But the classics are the YSL Touche Clout, which is great, but there's loads of others out there that are great. So it's just about finding the one that works for you.
Right.
But I would just be quite sparing with the product. So I've got a little bit of Touche Clout under here, but I'm going to put a little bit under your eyes. And then you can blend with your finger. What blending is merging the two areas together. So you don't want to have your concealer under your eye and your foundation, or your concealer on your face where you've put it sparingly. Yeah. Because you don't need the whole face to be covered in it. So everybody's different. Some people love their makeup to stay and not move. And for that, I would recommend a loose setting powder. Some people don't want to use anything like that at all. So they want to use a primer before even putting concealer on to help everything stay. Yeah. But you could probably benefit from a nice loose powder. You're just got to make sure it's a good one.
Yeah, exactly. That will keep and seal my makeup in place.
I personally love this Inica Baked foundation. It's mineral based. Right. And it's just got an amazing finish. With mineral makeup, I find you have to apply it in a different way. Yeah. You have to kind of buff it into the skin. Yeah. And then for about the first 20 minutes, you feel like you can see it. And then about half an hour later, it's gone and become friends with your face. Yeah. It's a whole new way of looking at application.
Because it's all about dewiness now, and you don't want to get rid of that, do you, Patsy?
You don't want to lose. You don't want to look flat.
Yeah. Exactly, and too matte, because it just, I always find actually I prefer the way I look when my skin is that little bit dewier, which I generally don't have a problem with because my skin's quite greasy anyway.
And the good thing is nowadays, most of the loose powders, the good ones, will have particles in it that glisten. So you you get rid of the shine, but you get the luminosity.
Yeah, which is perfect.
Which is what we all want.
Yeah.
My next top tip would be invest in a product that can do 3 jobs. So this Hourglass Trio it's got a nice contour, it's got a nice blush and a nice highlighter.
Okay, great.
I mean,
what more do you need?
The dream. The creamy contouring thing. Can't really call it a thing. Like you can literally apply it where you want to cut in on your cheekbone.
So this is like the bronzing part, really, the contouring.
Yeah. And you can add that where you want, but it's just going to be very subtle, create a shadow. But the key is using your finger yourself too. And then you want to apply the highlighter just above it to even add a bit more of that dewiness to your skin. And with that highlighter, you can also go across your brow bone, and you can go across the front of your lip a little bit.
The Cupid's bow.
The Cupid's bow, and that is often quite beautiful. And then the blush, so you have to wipe your finger a lot.
Gorgeous peach.
You smile a little bit. You literally, you've got to be careful you don't bring your blusher into your up here, because so many people do that, and you're like, okay, ready pinky contouring is not a good look.
A bit too much.
So Larissa has amazing eyebrows.
They've taken a little bit of work to get there, because I used to have thin eyebrows like most women, right? And then, you know, I grew them out. It's painstaking, but it's worth it.
Yeah, you know, we've got to keep up with the times.
Absolutely. It's so modern now, isn't it?
Exactly. They frame our face. If I look back at any pictures in the 90s, everything was very neat.
Yes.
And thin.
Yes, that was the trend then, and now it's the complete opposite. So be grateful when your grandma told you not to overpluck your eyebrows.
Exactly. So I'm going to brush them out, which is always a good thing to do, because it kind of gives you an idea of where you're at. If you're blessed, like Larissa is, you don't have to do too much. But I'm just going to fill in a slight bit. I would invest in a good pencil or a brow palette. Like Benefit do some really good brow palettes. So you can end up with a little brush, a mini brush like this, and you can dab and you can fill in. And because the brush is angled, you basically mimic the line of the hairs. As for perfection, I love filling in with a brow shadow, because then I can just get it really perfect.
So I really love the Hourglass eyebrow pencil.
Yes, it's great, isn't it?
I love using it. It's really, really good because it's angled and it's quite easy to use, actually. But the other brand that I quite like for brows is Anastasia, because that's what they specialise in, right?
They've been going for a long time.
Yeah.
And they cover every colour, which is great. So they cover the redheads, which often a lot of brow companies forget.
Yeah.
And Benefit do really good stuff for brows too.
They do, yeah. Their brow products are really popular, and they've got a combination of different brow mascaras and powders and stuff like that.
And I use one by Lily Lolo on Holly quite a lot, and it's double-ended, so it has that. You can see how much I've used it. I'm nearly finished.
I do that with mine as well.
But it's just the shade of it. It's got enough ashy blonde in it, so it fills in, because her brows are dark for such a blonde. Yeah. But then the other end has a little look. It's like a little sparkly number. Yes. So you can either go under the brow bone or just go in the corner of your eye a little bit. It's quite...
Well, do you know what? L'Oreal has just recently brought out, I don't know if you've seen it, something similar to that. So it's double-ended, and you've got your coloured pigment on one end, and then you've got literally the sparkle underneath. So that just gives you that definition. Two jobs in one, and another sort of cheap option for, you know, if you're looking to recreate that.
For eyeshadow, I think one of our best friends at the moment is cream eyeshadows. This product is great. It's Wisdom. It's a very neutral taupe colour. It's not too shiny, it's not too matte, but it just pops the eye a little bit more than normal.
Perfect. You can use it every day.
And cream eyeshadow, yes. So you could use this in the morning, and you can then go over it with a darker one in the evening. But you know, you can reapply it in the evening is what I would do. But I'm just going to show you how to apply it. So close your eyes for me. Go right into the middle of the eye.
I love the fact you can just use one whole colour over your lids. You don't have to worry about blending loads of them.
Yeah, exactly. And gone are the days of, you know, I'm going to use a brush just to blend it into your socket. I will bring it right into the line and blend out. So I'm using one of Trini London's cream eyeshadows, and she does them in stacks and lots of different colours. I just think they really don't move. I've tried them on my tiny eyes.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah. So do you curl your eyelashes?
So I try and remember to do it because I know it's supposed to give you a much wider-eyed appearance, right? And obviously make your lashes look longer, but I have to confess I don't always remember to do
I'm
it.
the same. I tend to only do it if I'm going out now.
Yeah, exactly, when you want that high impact.
I think it's because so many mascaras now, they do actually dry quite quickly and lift your eyelash
curl.
up. So you don't need to in the daytime, but of an evening, I think ramp it up a little
need
bit.
it. And does it matter if it doesn't catch the outside lash? Because sometimes I find it doesn't quite get across.
Because you've got such an eyelash, you've got a really, really long eyelash bed, and you've got like the odd one that is growing, new one that's not friends yet with all the others. You know, there is a eyelash curler that's a tiny little one.
Oh, Shumira.
Yeah, and you can just get someone like you, because you've got such a long
wide bed.
Bed that you might end up with ones that don't get caught up. So. Mascaras, I don't believe you need to spend a fortune on them. You just got to find the right one for you. I try out so many all the time. So personally, I do love the Maybelline Full Lash.
Okay, yeah, I think I know.
And that is brilliant because it gives you the full lash lift in the morning, but it also doesn't. It comes off easily and doesn't move.
Oh, brilliant.
Then there's another few that I love. I love the It Cosmetics one. Do you know why I like this?
Not just the fancy packaging.
It's got a tiny, tiny wand, but a little ball bit at the end, which is so good for bottom lashes.
Right.
And it really gets in there.
Okay.
That's quite nice.
Yeah.
I also like the Lily Lolo. It's like their new full lash mascara. That's quite a good price point. I think this is on the tail end.
Wow,
it's got a nice
great brush,
wand as well. And then a nice expensive one is the Hour. It just feels heavenly.
It looks heavenly. Wow.
I mean, when we want to treat ourselves.
I was about to say.
It's a little treat.
When we want to do a little splurge, what better way to spend your money than on a mascara?
And it is very nice. So my top tip when applying mascara is at home to invest in a ×12 hand mirror, because you can really see what you're doing. And the other classic tip, which is get it right in and wriggle. Yeah. Don't wriggle towards the ends, wriggle in at the base.
Because it sort of leaves a little bit of a line then as well, doesn't it? Almost like an eyeliner.
You could, to up your makeup from day to night, is do your cream eyeshadow, loads of mascara for the day. At night time, then you put your bottom mascara on.
Okay, ramp it up a little bit.
Yeah, and that will make a big difference, especially if you haven't worn it all day. So look up for me. And especially if you're fair, it just pops your whole look if you've got fair eyelashes. An instant way to look like you're going out in the evening, you just want to look a bit more polished, but you haven't got much time, is to do kohl pencil on the bottom waterline. Okay. And I would avoid black. I'd go for good dark brown.
Really? So even in someone dark like me,
dark brown, it'll just add that little bit without you looking overdone.
Okay. Bit of pizzazz.
A little bit.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So I love this Inica kohl pencil in brown. It's in cocoa actually, and Lily Lolo there, and also because it's going inside your eye, I try and use a mineral brand or a natural brand when I'm using kohl pencils.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this one is because they're really soft, which is the most important thing. So if you look up for me.
So I love the fact that you can wear some basic makeup during the day and then just use things like this kohl eyeliner just to vamp it up. If you're going out in the evening, you get an invite. You don't have to spend the entire time redoing your eyes. No. You just add to it.
Then you could close and then go along your lash line with the same one. In a style that you would do a black liquid liner. But if you notice, I'm just dabbing it and joining it all up. And what that will do is give you another bit of definition. can you see the difference? What a little bit of brown kohl pencil can do, just to ramp it all up. So when it comes to lips, I do think I personally love to go for natural lips. Lips that are either vegan or natural or organic, because I just think it's something you're going to absorb into your body. And I find the natural lipsticks don't dry the lips out.
Right.
Funnily enough, it's one of those things I've just figured out.
Yeah.
So I keep a lot of brands in my kit. The lipstick ones that I love are Inica, Burt's Bees, Hourglass. There's so many to choose from. There's a brand called Niz, which is English. They're organic and vegan, and they're brilliant too.
Yeah.
I'm going to use this Burt's
Bees.
we would do for the day is this Burt's Bees.
And the other thing is that you end up licking your lips so much during the day, don't you, that actually you may as well be putting something good on them when you're doing that. So
lots of shea butter is normally the. So this is a very.
That smells nice.
This is a great colour for the day. It's a classic shade and it's very neutral. For the evening, you can just change your lipstick as well, which is a quick fix, and just change the shade. Go dark, be a bit radical. See what happens. This does look darker here, but it actually isn't.
It's very autumnal, this shade. Very in now, isn't it? Very.
And it's more of a berry. It's a little bit more risque, a little bit more of a statement. So you've got to be feeling in the mood. You've got to be in the right time in your monthly cycle.
That's so true.
Okay, it's a very dramatic look on Larissa. I quite like it, but you've got to be in the mood. You've got to be brave.
Yeah, do you know, it's a really it's much darker than I normally wear.
Yeah,
but it's nice. I like it. It's very berry. It's between a berry and a brown, really, isn't it? Yeah.
So this is the finished look.
What do you think, guys? This is it. I love it, Patsy. I think you've done an amazing job, and I think it's something that every woman can create at home, and this is how you ramp it up for the evening. You know, you go from simple, more neutral colours to something as bold as this, if you're brave, or if you're in the right time of the month or your cycle, as we were saying.
So true.
You're feeling you're needing it, but I really, really love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really, really loved getting your tips and just learning myself about new things to do. And I'm so pleased that we love the same products and you've introduced me to some new ones. So I hope that you love it too. Let me know what you think. Do you love this look? Do you love Patsy's tips? I'd really love to hear what you have to say. So leave the comments below and come and join me next time. I can't wait to create more videos for you.